Good afternoon, it's Jeff at Budrum here. I just want to talk about these bunya nuts. A friend of mine knows that I'm really keen on these bunya nuts, so he offered me some bunya nuts in exchange for some honey. So I've got 6 of these beautiful bunya nut cones, and I believe the bunya pine is the most magnificent tree. There's some beautiful specimens all over Australia in a lot of botanical gardens and in parks and schools and that sort of thing, and that's where these came from, a primary school at Nambour, and those trees are magnificent specimens too, and the bunya pine is my favourite tree. What happens is the cones fall off the tree from a great height, and they crash down to the ground, and that could explain why they've got these patches on the side, unless that's just where it was laying on the ground for a while. So what they do to get what happens with these, after they've been sitting on the ground for a while, they start to open up, and you can see a bit of a opening there where it's starting to come apart. So and what you can do then is you can pull these bits apart, and you'll find the nut encased in these sleeves here. So you just
show the nut.
I will on the next one. So you just find the nuts encased in these. Some of them are empty. I think that one feels a bit light. So alright. So some of these you get up to 100 nuts in the one cone. These are regarded as bush tucker, as Aussie bush tucker. The Aboriginals used to go up to the Bunya Mountains and have huge feasts of these. They used to put their differences aside and go up there and have these huge feasts in the Bunya Mountains. So they're very prickly, these things, very prickly, and all these bits that's left over, they all break down in my veggie garden all right. I just bury them, put a bit of lime over them. So you can see what's happening here. Just pull these out. Did I mention that there can be up to 100 in one cone? Actually, the other thing I wanted to mention is the weight of these things. They reckon these things weigh up to 10 kilos, but I've weighed all these and they're up just under 5 kilos, these ones. So you can imagine what a 10 kilo one looks like. And you wouldn't want to be standing under one when they come crashing down. Give you an idea. This one there. So, well, we'll turn it off now. We can go inside and do some cooking. Cook them up. Interesting to people it is. Right, we're inside there now, and I've cooked up a pot of them. And what you do is you cook them in salt water for about 25 minutes to half an hour, with it boiling. And there's a couple of ways you can eat them that I've found. What I've found a way to get them open, I haven't lost any fingers yet, is just use the heel of the chef's knife and just dig it in there a bit, just dig it in there a bit and get it started, and then just hold it over the breadboard and then push down. So that's what you're doing. I'll do it a second, do another one. So you just sort of dig in the heel of the knife in, get it started. It hasn't slipped yet when you do it like that. Then you just, once you've got it started, you just get that So then you've got your kernel inside here, and actually the smell's beautiful. The smell coming out of here now. So what you do is you pull the nut out, and that's nice just by itself with a bit of salt and pepper. Even if it's cold, it's still nice. You don't want to leave them too long, you know, like any more than a day, and they get a bit dry. So what I'm going to do to make these pancakes, got myself a garlic crusher, and I found more than one use for a garlic crusher. If you saw my other video on the green bananas, I use it to crush the green bananas the same way. So I'll just put the nut in there, crush it through the garlic crusher, and doesn't take long to knock them over. It's always easier to do when they're warm. Just come in, you know, when they're still hot or just warm. If you leave them in the fridge overnight, they do get a bit harder to do this too. As you can see, there's a nice noodles there. Okay, I just want to point out that I've just taken the nuts out of about 20 that I cooked up, ready to crush them with a garlic crusher. I just want to point out I've still got all my fingers and there's no blood anywhere, so that was pretty good. So I'll get back to it. Okay, so we're just about to cook these Bunya Nut pancakes. I've got about half of what I cooked, 10. I've got 10 Bunya nuts in here. Now I've put in 1 egg white so far. I'm just going to I've got half a cup of milk, so I'm not sure how far that'll go. Maybe I might use a little bit more. And I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to put in a bit of salt and a bit of pepper. Bit of pepper. I'm just going to see how much that mixes up. I'm going to add a bit of self-raising flour to it. So, yeah, I just put a bit of self-raising flour just to bind it together. Maybe half a handful or a handful. I'll just I'll better turn the stove on, so we'll come back when we've cooked a couple, eh?
Just putting the last 3 Bunya cakes into the fry pan.
Yeah, I'm calling them pancakes, but they're probably more like a fritter. But anyway, they're cooked in a fry pan, so we'll call them pancakes.
Or Bunya Nut pikelets.
Yeah. So let's put a bit of oil on that one, it's a bit dry. So I just want to point out that this is Aussie bush tucker.
Yes.
And just
Australian
focus on those 6 we've made already.
Made these, some lovely golden brown ones here, and they're beautiful to taste.
So we'll just have a taste of them when we come back, eh?
Okay.
Just turn over this.
Turning over the last one.
Okay, we'll save some time for the taste test. Okay, we're just having a little taste test of these. I can't think of anything better to put on these, this bush tucker, than honey out of Aussie bush. So I'll just see what it tastes like. Beautiful. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh,
anyway,
they are lovely, because I
lovely.
had one before. It was beautiful.
So, the thing I want to point out also, once you've made the noodles from these Bunya nuts, you're limited by your own imagination what you can do with those noodles. So anyway, I've got to close now, so I'll catch you later. All the best. Bye.